Hey folks, welcome to the Witchual Workout. I'm Laura Tempest Zakroff. Today is going to be a technique day. That means I'm going to talk to you about some techniques and doing some application of them versus a full body workout. So if you're looking for a full body workout, check out one of those other episodes. There's at least 70 of them that will fit the bill for you. And then come back and explore things a little bit deeper. So for this episode today, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the veil. Now, I introduced the veil earlier this week, and yesterday in crystal, we worked with it over our head and moved around with it. And I want to explain more about why that is an effective technique and different things that you can do to amplify it. Now, as a performer working with a veil, especially enshrouding my body with it, tells different kinds of stories. It presents different types of movement. It's just one of my favorite things. It really is my favorite tool to work with dance. But in terms of mediumship, so when you put something over your head, now surely you can do all sorts of channeling and just sit there and become one with it. But if you really start to become familiar with what is the idea to be a medium, to channel, to shift your focus in meditation, you know that there's often a process involved, right? Trance involves a process, and part of it is developing signals, different things that you do that your brain goes, I know it's coming, and as you do it more and more, it switches as soon as you do that. And for me, doing that with the veil, that's the automatic process to begin that. So it's not just like, doing an ostrich thing, which I know it's not actually true that ostriches put their heads in the sand, but we'll go with it. The idea that you throw something over your head like, I can't see the world. Now, we've been working with and telling you transparency, right? Transparent veils are going to give you an altered view of the world around you because you can still see, but it's changed a little bit, and you get these shadows, and you also get really familiar with your intimate space, right? Your own breath. And feeling the fabric on you, and that sensation can trigger the brain to go, all right, we're shifting right now. And I want to talk technique-wise about different things you can do. So if you don't need to have a 3-yard veil if you're going to do sort of a sit down and do mediumship just like that. You absolutely could, and using a full body, this is the 3-yard that I was working with yesterday, can cover the entire body, which is an experience unto itself. But let's say you don't have 3 yards handy. You have a silk scarf or something, a little shawl. This shawl here, you can't see it, but it is really not even 2 yards. It's a classic little Indian shawl, where you see this little shoulder accent, kind of mimic what goes on with a sari, and then there's many different types of scarves, of course. So this can be one that you very simply, you can put over long ways, right, and that covers the shoulders this way, and the arms. And this one smells like incense, so I definitely have used this one for ritual. It smells really good. I wish you could smell it, but I can also do it long ways, right? And that has a slightly different feel, so see what feels better for you. I feel like with this one, having the arms covered and the shoulders with a little bit more weight, it feels a more cocoonish, right? I'm really kind of shifting between that. Now, silk, probably almost everybody's got a silk something or similar thing. Polyester is not silk. But the thing about silk, while it's very flowy and lightweight and gorgeous. This particular veil is one that was dyed by a friend, a Shawl, a silk dancer. She makes beautiful veils. The thing about doing this where you are not moving around is that if it's light enough, if you can see that, like especially really light ones, they start to get like sucked up into your nose and like Velcro onto your mouth, which gets really uncomfortable and awkward. So I tend to not use silk for that purpose particularly. I tend to, if I'm going to have silk, it's for movement purposes. You also have different kinds of little kind of nylon synthetic shawls. All right, shawls that have fringe on it, and this is still transparent, right? transforms the body just enough. The length can go over the shoulders. This too also smells like incense. It all smells so good, right? It's better than it not smelling good. So your veil should smell pretty decent if you can, versus something moldy and musty that's gonna cause you to have an allergy attack. So find something that feels comfortable, that the texture is pleasing to you, that it doesn't get sucked up in your nose, and then has the effect on your body that you want. And also color can be a big thing too. You can, if you're doing kind of seasonal workings, or working with a particular deity, you can choose a color that corresponds to that deity or that season. So if I was to be doing something for Samhain, I might be choosing a gray or a black veil. If I was working, I don't have a saffron veil, which seems like a travesty. It truly is. I need a saffron veil. Anyway, if I had that, maybe that would be a choice for Hecate, though I've done plenty of things with Hecate, usually using silvery gray, black, white veils, a kind of a combination of that is something. But, you know, imagine if you're working with Aphrodite, you might want to do something that's red or magenta and just kind of really vibrant. If you're working with a more earthy deity, you might choose brown or green to kind of give you that sense. So it's also giving you a visual feel around you and what other people might be perceiving if you're working with other folks, but it also changes your view of the world, right? Like suddenly things become more blue. So things to think about and kind of, you know, allow yourself the time to play with this. And you know, it doesn't always have to be like set up an entire ritual and like light bunches of candles and stuff. Like if you're doing this for the first time, just find a quiet space, you know, do what you normally do for your breathing techniques. You know, I have my 3 breaths, settle yourself into place. You know, maybe you are putting on some soft music or exciting music, depending how it works. Maybe you do want to light candles. Maybe you want to do electric tea lights. If you are not familiar with working with fabric, fire safety, right? Be very, very safe. Keeping things outside of the distance. That is very, very important. You can very easily knock candles over and set things on fire with a veil. So please be cautious. But allow that sort of, you know, play with it, feel it, move around a bit with it, you know, adjust your posture to see what feels best for you, and see what comes with it. And of course you can do this by yourself, and you can do it with other people within a group, within a coven, whatever you need to do. So let me know if you have any other questions about this kind of more the technique of using and applying the veil. Put them in the comments below and I'll help you out. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful Samhain or Beltane if you are watching this as I am putting this up on the internet. Otherwise, have an awesome day. Bye.